cannot deny there's something here, y'all. Look how pink and red that sky is. Look at that. Look at that. This was sent to me by these two guys over here, y'all. This is in Seattle, Washington at 5 o'clock in the morning, y'all. See, that is the same light that was here a few weeks ago in Florida, only this is a lot more pronounced. This is a lot more pronounced.
But look at this shit. The sky's red. Currently 5 o'clock in the morning.
Now, we've been seeing this all over the world, y'all. We've been seeing this in Canada, Philadelphia, more in Seattle. The last time was in Seattle, Florida. This has been everywhere. Obviously, like I said, something big is here because we see all these changes in the sky, on the ground, in the water, in the animals, and even in people. There's a lot of things happening with people. People are feeling all types of way because these are huge electromagnetic entities and they are pulling and pushing on our energies, y'all. So yes, it's going to affect us. These are bigger than Earth. This thing might be the very thing that was causing the sky to go purple in Seattle. You guys can see how it's like off purple. It looks red in the daytime, but at nighttime, think about it, it would kind of look purple, especially if it has a glow to it. So yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know, y'all. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during this interesting times. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, comment, and share for more videos like this. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Let's get this shit, y'all. Peace in. What the hell is that, y'all? It looks like a rainbow, but it is like bright orange, right? This right here is in Chicago, Illinois. Remember, they just turned on Mini CERN, y'all. Check this out.
Hey, y'all gonna tell me something ain't going on with the sky in Illinois?
You don't shut the fuck up. It's fucking 6:30 in the morning. Shut up.
I guess that is what. Look at that. That's supposed to be the sun, y'all? Is that supposed to be the sun? He excited.
Being embarrassed. Shut the fuck up.
There's my car.
Damn.
What is this?
That's a... Bro, why does it look like a planet, y'all?
There's another one right here. This appointment right here, right in front of it.
It's a double rainbow? Bro, that's... Bro.
There's two rainbows.
Ain't no way, bro. That's exactly what was in front of my house, man. The energy felt intense. When I tell you the energy felt intense, look how red it is over there, y'all. And the sun was extremely red. Look at that. This is today in Chicago. Look at that. Look at the sun, bro. Look how it looks. It looks like it's on fire. Already starting off with a bang after the eclipse. Y'all see that, right? When it was in front of my house, I felt that energy. The energy was intense. Ain't no way that's just like a rainbow. And then for it to be a different color like that, lately we have been seeing holographic planet looking things in the sky, and that right there was holographic. So it makes you wonder, what really are these huge new rainbows that we've never seen before? So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this video. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I'm only raising awareness to interesting situations during this interesting time. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this.
In school, but what if those dates aren't really the right dates? What if those people aren't even real people? Now, I'm not saying this man ain't real, but who's to say someone couldn't just draw a portrait of him and falsify some documents and be like, blam, this man existed? This could have been a character. And why would somebody go through all that trouble to lie about some dates? Maybe because they're trying to hide something. They're trying to create a narrative that they want everyone else to believe. Because look at the dates on some of these things right here. Up here we got 7412, 7292, 6493, 7415. According to this calendar, these dates have not even occurred yet. So in the past, were we really in the future? Why did we get off of this calendar? And here's some more. 7093, 7180, 7162. Seems like a lot of stuff is going on in year 7000. But I don't hear nothing in the history books about year 7000. What could have possibly happened in the year 7000 that history wants to hide? The point where we just started the fuck over. What if what we know as the 1800s really wasn't the 1800s? This is not just America, okay? This is a tombstone in Russia that has the old date of 7388 on it. So worldwide, they was in the year 7000. Mysteriously, everybody just stopped. Where did 5,000 years of our history disappear to? Human history is much, much, much older than what they're telling us. I mean, I don't know the validity of this photo, but that would explain why they were able to have such advanced technology back then in the 19th century. Like, what is this, a ghost machine? We're in the year 2023 and I still have not seen the Ghostbusters bust one ghost. Oh, you thought you were doing something with that scooter, huh, little Susie? Think again. I'm starting to think we really are behind. I don't think y'all really feel me on this. Okay, look at this. This is St. Louis, right? This is the best we can come up with in 2023. But look at this. This is St. Louis in the 19th century. This shit look beautiful. Unreal. It looks like it's on the set of a movie. Let's run it back. This is Chicago. Guess this is a major landmark in Chicago. The formed orb. This is Chicago in the 19th century. This don't even look like America. This don't even look like it belong in America. And this is Chicago? What happened? These dates are out of whack. The technology is out of whack. The architecture is out of whack. History, overall, is out of whack. What year you think we really in? Let me know in the comments.
The Council on Foreign Relations are illuminist, members of the Trilateral Commission, members of the Club of Rome, the Skull and Bones Fraternity,
yeah.
the Bohemian Society. Here's a group of presidents up there with black robes sitting around this huge bonfire at the Bohemian Grove, worshiping this
color pictures of them. They said the reason why the owl is used in their worship is because it is wise, because it is able to see things in the dark. There's a message there. The owl is wise because it sees things in the dark, and that's why the presidents and the heads of state and the heads of the government that we live under all meet at 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock at night to worship the owl.
And
This is history.
Yeah, but if you don't believe it, we will come back and do another show, and Jordan will pull out
All the pictures.
Those states of emergency declarations and warnings seem to overhype this situation. The thing is, there's actually a reason those in power have hyped up this total solar eclipse. And I am going to tell you exactly why. April 8th, 2024 is not only the day of the total solar eclipse, but it was the same day as the birth of Thelema, the religion created by the infamous occultist Aleister Crowley. Crowley wrote his Book of the Law and officially started Thelema back on April 8th, 1904, exactly 120 years ago. Back in the year 1904, when Aleister Crowley was visiting Egypt with his new wife to enjoy their honeymoon, they set up a lodge and began to perform ancient Egyptian invoking rituals. One day while Crowley was performing these rituals, he claimed that his wife became possessed by one of these spirits he was trying to invoke. He claims that on March 18th, she told him that she was possessed by they, who she explained were the god Horus, and on the 20th of March, she told him that the equinox of the god has come. She then led Crowley to a museum to the steel mortuary known as the Stele of Anak, and this led Crowley to experience a supernatural experience on April 8th, where he claimed that he was visited by a spirit called Awis, who was the messenger of Horus. Crowley claims that Awis told him he was chosen to be the prophet of Horus, and that he was to bring in the new Aeon called the Aeon of Horus. Over the course of 3 days, Awis then gave instructions to bring in this new world, and Crowley wrote it all down, telling Crowley that do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law, and the credo of the new age. Crowley later published what Awis told him, calling it the Book of the Law. He then used the teachings of the Book of the Law to create his own religion called Thelema. And in Thelema, still to this very day, April 8th is seen as a sacred day, as the birth of Thelema. Now, 120 years later, the same day that is celebrated by Thelemites as the birthday of Thelema just so happens to fall on the same day the total solar eclipse is going to happen. This is one strange coincidence, but it explains why they made this eclipse seem so special. Remember how I explained some ancient pagan civilizations used to see the eclipse as a sign of the world going through a rebirth? Well, this is the exact same way occultists see the eclipse as, a symbol of rebirth. This is the reason they have hyped up this eclipse. They're using it to stamp the fulfillment of Crowley's Age of Horus prophecy. For example, if we look at David Bowie, who was a follower of Crowley and actually wrote many songs dedicated to him, he spoke about this very day that we're waiting for on April 8th. This video is all about this very thing. In his music video Black Star, which he starts with a total solar eclipse, we can see Bowie's body floating up to the total solar eclipse after the Scarlet Woman takes his teachings back to the New World, which is represented by a skull. What's interesting about this scene is the fact that NASA announced a few days ago that they were launching 3 rockets at the solar eclipse on April 8th in an operation they called APEP. The operation is actually named after the god Apep, which just so happens to be the serpent deity from ancient Egyptian mythology, which is the nemesis of the sun deity Ra. NASA claims they are launching these rockets to investigate how that drop in sunlight and temperature affects Earth's upper atmosphere. While this is what they're claiming, I believe there's an occult purpose much more sinister than what they claim. This is all connected to this very scene, where they show Bowie's body floating to the solar eclipse. Bowie's body actually represents Crowley's body, as he is their demonic prophet, and they're claiming his prophecy has been fulfilled. They are sending these rockets as a representation of Crowley. The reason they're sending exactly 3 rockets is to represent the birth of Thelema, as Crowley wrote the Book of the Law in 3 days, and in Masonry, they believe in the 3 lesser and greater lights of Masonry, which is all a mockery of God's Holy Trinity. This is all being done symbolically for the 120th birthday of Thelema. It is at all no coincidence that NASA is choosing April 8th to launch these rockets. They are all showing us exactly what's going on. They are celebrating the 120th year of Thelema. They perform a Gnostic Mass in this video as well, a ritual done in Crowley's religion of Thelema. This very scene shows us that they were alluding to this very day. In these last songs by Bowie, he was explaining how he was sad because he knew he wasn't going to be able to see the day come. The day that he was waiting for was this very day. This is what he is referring to because many occultists have been waiting for this day for decades. They have been showing us this through their symbolism. There's another song and music video that alludes to the April 8th solar eclipse called Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden, which is about the total solar eclipse and the New World Order. The song not only has a music video full of strange end times imagery, but also lyrics that are talking about them waiting for this day to come. In the song's chorus, they repeat, "Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come, won't you come? Black hole sun, won't you come?" A black hole sun is a solar eclipse as the sun turns black when the moon is in front of it, causing it to look like a black hole. This is exactly what they were talking about. They were talking about the day the total solar eclipse fell on Thelema's birthday. The video has even more imagery that proves they were talking about April 8th. The video starts by showing the band wearing a skull shirt while holding their guitars, while on the other side they show a group of religious people holding up signs declaring the end is near. This part of the video is supposed to represent the 2 sides of the spiritual battle. Those who are preaching Thelema and Crowley's words that represents the devil's teachings, while the religious people represent those pushing the Bible, which are God's words. This also symbolizes when they expect this black hole sun, they're expecting the end. Not the end of the world, but the end of the old order of life, and the marking of the beginning of the age of Horus. The video then continues with the sinner sinning as shown by the fish. The fish is seen as a Christian symbol that represents Jesus, the fisher of men. The woman with the knife who's seen about to kill the fish represents the death of the old religious ways, the death of the worship of Christianity. Right after this scene is shown, the total solar eclipse is seen, and everyone stops and stares at it in amazement. In another scene, they show the people's faces start turning demonic after the eclipse passes. As the video continues, things start getting more and more demonic, and we start to see souls being sucked up to the total solar eclipse, just like it was shown in the Black Star video. There's even a scene where they show a woman dressed in red with a reptile tongue representing the Scarlet Woman. As the video progresses, it becomes obvious what's happening in the video is the apocalypse, with all the people being sucked up into the black hole sun or the total solar eclipse. This is how the video ends. This video is representing the death and rebirth, the start of the new age of Horus. They showed us all of God's people disappear, while all of those who chose to worship themselves dealt with the wrath of God. Now, I'm not saying these occultists made this total solar eclipse or made it happen in any way. I'm saying that they waited for this day to happen to fulfill their prophecies, and it came. These occultists don't know when the end will come, but they want to mark it symbolically using the total solar eclipse, the end of the old age of life and the start of the age of Horus. This is why they have been putting out all of this end time apocalypse imagery to mark this day. This is the day they're making the start of the age of Horus. Now, what all that means is a story for another video. Remember, I'm not saying anything is going to happen on April 8th, nor am I fear-mongering. I'm just pointing out the facts and all the coincidences that point to that day. Everything I said you can verify yourself. Crowley created Thelema on April 8th. The authorities did declare a state of emergency, and the total solar eclipse will pass by 8 cities named Nineveh. Now, what all this tells me is that I don't know what is coming, but I know that praying to the Almighty God will keep me safe, and He would guide me in these times of uncertainty.
Between both of them, it's life seeing a rainbow like that ever. Where are the angels?
And as you heard Jesse say at the beginning of that video, he had never seen a rainbow like this in his entire life. And I agree. I analyze videos and photos every day, pretty much 7 days a week. And I have never seen a rainbow that dark before. Almost looks like a black rainbow in the sky. How weird is that? I mean, you can see the bright colors on both sides of the dark in the center, but that is very dark, almost black. It's like a black rainbow in the sky.
A lot of you are starting to wake up to a lot of things we woke up to 20 years ago. And because of TikTok, now you're starting to wake up to these things. But I want to warn you really quick. You see, I've been who I've been for the last 25 years. I woke up to a whole lot in this world. But I want to warn you, because of TikTok, some of you are waking up and learning different things, and now you want to share your experiences. You want to talk to people that you know about what you found out. But I want you to be careful and tread lightly, because you're going to lose a lot of people in your life that you used to have, because they're going to think there's something wrong with you. Your life is not going to be the same when you become part of the 1% and you're no longer part of the 99%. I'm a part of the 1%. I'm a part of the 1% mentally and financially, okay? You have to understand, once you grow to this level and you become addicted to learning so much truth about what's going on in this world, it's going to get lonely at the top. You ever hear people say it's lonely at the top? You're going to get lonely at the top, because a lot of things that you're calling true, they will say you're crazy, you're a conspiracy theorist, this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, years will go by, and then they, in their heart, they will see all the things that you've been talking about for years was the real reality. So if you don't want to break those relationships with your friends or your family or business partners or your boss at your job, just keep it inside. Because you could lose a lot of people, but you know what? I'm perfectly fine with that.
This preacher spent his whole life preaching the gospel, doing the work of God, winds up dying, comes face to face with God, and what God tells him is going to shock you. Watch this.
Faith is dead. Your works are in vain. The life that you lived and offered to me as a life of Christian service is an abomination that I rejected in the Pharisee. What made you think I would accept it from a Laodicean type Christian? In fact, untold millions are living the same kind of life that you live, and they stand in danger of my everlasting wrath. Unquote the living God. I couldn't believe he was talking to me. I'm a preacher. You didn't do those works for me. You did them for a false God. I said, Lord, I worked for you. I called you Lord every day. Yes, you did, but you never made me Lord. What a difference. To call him Lord gives him a title. To make him Lord promotes him to ruler of life. But Lord, I was serving you. No, you wasn't. You served a false God. Then he named it Satan's #1 selling false God. SELF. Instantly, I knew everything he said was true.
I know I look crazy, but not crazier than what I'm about to say. Those TikToks of people talking about they seen people with black eyes. One lady saw that black-eyed man in the grocery store, and then another man I just saw said that he saw somebody walking behind him with black eyes. I've encountered the same type of experience, not once, but multiple times. Before I even go into the detail in the story, that I want y'all to know that these are demons, and demons do possess people, period. Y'all know I used to work as a spicy dancer, and I was in a club one time. It's normal to have creepy guys kind of follow you around because they want to dance or want to buy you a drink or, you know, whatever. I'm not thinking too much of it, but after seeing this dude kind of creepily follow me around, I finally sit down with him at the bar, and we're having a drink, and we're talking, and I noticed he was doing a constant like sign on my leg. Like he did it like 3 or 4 times. And even though at the time I wasn't spiritually that sensitive because I was doing so wrong, I'm like, what are you doing? My discernment went off, and it wasn't even strong then. And I basically was like, he's trying to curse me. And I tell y'all, I looked him dead in his face and I said, the blood of Jesus. When I tell you, his eyes went pitch black. Now I'm not talking about no, I thought I saw it. No, eyes went pitch black. He pulled his shirt down and he had literally a Satanist tattoo right on his chest. I got so scared I knocked my drink over, and I kind of held my composure, but when I tell you I was shaking, he laughed and I got up and I walked away. Demons are real. They are out here. They will try to target you. They will try to scare you. People don't believe you when you say you see these things, but these things are real. I want y'all to know this. The spiritual realm is more gangster than the physical, okay? And once you realize that, you will never ever think it's a hallucination or you just heard something. Time is dwindling down into the rapture and God not playing. So seeing these things daily is going to start happening, because that thin line between the physical realm and the spiritual realm is thinning out like super much. So y'all just stay prayed up for real. I love y'all, and so does Jesus.
Oh, baby, we got another one. This time, a full-blown glacier. How Pangea is impossible because of it. Well, now it's starting to become relevant in the conversation. Because as you can see here, the thermohaline conveyor is also known as the Gulf Stream. It's called the Gulf Stream because it starts in the Americas, in the Gulf of Mexico, like the rest of the things around the world. Everything starts here. But the Gulf Stream is responsible for the weather. It moves the hot and cold water to the different continents on the planet and gives it its weather system. You see, when the glacier melts from Greenland, it dumps a bunch of fresh water into the ocean, which slows down the thermohaline conveyor, because the thermohaline conveyor is powered by the salinity of the ocean. You might have noticed lately that our weather has been getting a lot more mild on the East Coast, and that's a direct result of the Gulf Stream slowing down and the warm water not moving off of our coast. But when it comes to a complete stop, this is what North America will look like. I'll get out the way you screenshot that map. Now you see why they trying to give some of that East Coast land back. Because they know this. Peace to the gods and goddesses.